After months of waiting for this set to be released, I finally have the LEGO version of Mando's N-1 Starfighter. Let's get into it. Starting with the minifigures, they're pretty solid. Mando himself is pretty much the same as versions that we've gotten previously. However, we finally have a piece for Pedro Pascal's lovely mug. Surprised I didn't do this sooner, but I am not at all complaining. Grogu's the same minifigure that we've gotten in other sets, and man, he's still as cute as ever. Next up, we've got the brand new minifigure Peli Motto. And she's kind of strange to me because with her belt, it actually makes her taller than Mando. So I don't know if they should have printed the belt on her torso or had her have kid legs or something. I don't know. But if you look at the show, she's clearly not that tall. She's easily a head shorter than Mando. The scaling just doesn't look right between the minifigures. Also, her hairpiece isn't quite right as well. It definitely should be shorter and more poofy looking. This piece in particular would be perfect in my opinion. And to complete the trifecta of new minifigures, we get our first look at a LEGO BD droid. This droid type is most famous from the video game Jedi Fallen Order in the form of BD-1, who's getting his very own LEGO set. And it's an interesting mold. I'm not really sure how they would have done it differently. Having it be brick built like a few of the other Star Wars droids are probably wouldn't work too well. It would probably scale poorly. And so I see why they went this route. Moving on to the instructions, I think it's really strange they decided to have the cover be just a 3D rendering with a disgusting gray background. I want to say that LEGO took the lazy route in designing the cover this way, but I feel like it would have been way easier just to use the picture that's on the box art. Like, it's a fantastic picture of the N-1 Starfighter flying over Tatooine. It would have been perfect, but instead they decided to go with this, and I don't know. It just seems strange to me. The ship has a lot of good going for it, but similar to the Peli Motto minifig, the scaling just seems a bit off. I see what they were going for with the detailing along the body and the tail, but it seems like they put the details they wanted first and didn't care about the size of the different parts. Like, you can clearly see what they were trying to replicate from the actual ship we see in the show, but it just isn't quite right scaling wise. The tail does have this sort of skeleton look to it. They use these black bar pieces that, in combination with this gray rubber tipped piece, which I really like by the way, make the tail of the ship way too long. So shortening the tail while still being able to use this gray piece would definitely be a nice adjustment. The engines are super well done. Easily the best part of the build. When comparing them to the mock that I made back when the show came out, mine don't even hold a candle to them. All the little details and bits they threw in to make it look more accurate are absolutely fantastic. Also, for some odd reason, it works with Snapchat filters. The third engine underneath is also super accurate. However, it falls off all the time and is very annoying. Like, if you're gonna be whooshing this thing around the house, it's gonna get knocked off a lot. With the cockpit, while I love the control panel and the brown ingot they use that looks just like a seat cushion, I really don't like how the glass from Mando's cockpit and the dome for Grogu's seat overlap. If you look at the actual ship, there's clearly a gap there. I also hate how there are these holes in the back of Mando's cockpit. Like, obviously this is LEGO and it's not supposed to be NASA certified, but those holes just bother me a lot. It would have been really easy to solve both of these problems to do what I did with my mock and just raise up Grogu's seat by one brick. As for the wings, I think they're a bit too wide. And for all of the detail they put into this set, they totally whiffed on the yellow lines that run parallel to the wings. I really don't understand how they missed that. I really like the engine piece on the front of the ship that makes it look like a muscle car. Not only does it look extremely accurate using this fantastic sticker and the binoculars, it also acts as a button you can press to fire off the missile. It's pretty accurate too. So besides the scaling, I think the biggest issue I have with this set is the colors. Like, when looking under the ship, you can see this massive nougat colored plate that just looks totally wrong. And not only that, but I also take issue with the lack of metallic pieces. There are a few here and there, but when they released the Mando's helmet set, I was super hopeful that they would give this ship the same treatment. But not only that, LEGO has made a Naboo N-1 Starfighter that, obviously besides the yellow, was completely metallic silver, and it looks fantastic. And I've heard people say that their more silver metallic pieces scratch really easily, but LEGO shouldn't use their own poor quality as an excuse for why they didn't make this set more accurate. They fixed issues with the brown pieces cracking and breaking all the time, so I'm not sure why they haven't fixed this issue as well. But enough of me ranting. I still really liked a lot of what this set has to offer. and I want to display Mando's ship in some form. So I decided to take what I like about this set and combine it with what I like about my own version, and I came up with this. I think this is just a much better looking, more proportioned version of Mandalorian's N-1 Starfighter. I almost want to order a bunch of metallic pieces to make it even better, but for now I think this is definitely good enough to be displayed on my shelves with all my other sets and builds. I got some ice cream. Overall, I think this is a decent set. The minifigures are pretty good. Getting that Din Djarin face was definitely nice. And while design-wise it has some great ideas, it definitely misses the mark in a lot of places. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Wizard.